Welcome to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I've been getting a lot of letters about macular degeneration lately. Doc's been talking about it a lot. I thought we'd begin the program off today talking about MD, macular degeneration. An article showed up in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society last month that associated macular degeneration with early demise. Age-related macular degeneration is a predictor of poor survival, and this is especially among older folks. That's according to a study that was published online May the 4th in the Journal of the American Geriatrics Society. Macular degeneration is a leading cause of blindness. It affects a little over 2 million people in this country, soon to be doubled. By the year 2050, they estimate 4 or 5 million people will be dealing with macular degeneration. And it should come as no surprise to folks listening to this program that macular degeneration is a degeneration problem. It's a degenerative problem. This is why it's associated with early deaths. Macular degeneration is not as much about the macula as it's about degeneration. The macula is subject to the center of the eye. It's called the macula, is subject to a lot of photonic solar energy from the sun. And so we tend to notice the breakdown in the macula. Obviously, if you can't see, you're going to notice that there's a problem. But the whole body is breaking down. The whole body breaks down over the course of time for the same reasons. Nutritional deficiencies, the wrong kinds of foods, problems with blood sugar, and of course issues with respiration and oxygenation and toxicity. This is one of the most important ideas in all of health and wellness. The body breaks down as a whole. It's not just the macula that breaks down. Nobody just has macular degeneration. The macula can't break down without an overall bodily degeneration any more than if you have a dilapidated house that just the door frame will break down or just the window frame will break down. The whole house breaks down. The whole house falls apart. It's not just the door frame or the window, and in the case of the body, it's not just the macula, it's not just the eyes. And this is such good news, because it means that when we do the things we need to protect the macula, the eyes, or any other part of the body, the whole body will benefit. So when you use your Vision FX, when you take vitamin A, when you use zinc, when you use vitamin E, when you use the nutrients in supplemental fashion and in food fashion through your diet that help build and protect and strengthen the eyes, you're going to get benefits for the bones, and you're going to get benefits for the muscles, and you're going to get benefits for your brain, and you're going to get benefits for your skin and your fingernails and everything else. And this is good news. The Mighty 90 Essential Nutrients, digestive health strategies, stabilize your blood sugar, and make sure you're practicing your deep breathing techniques and relaxation. Every single part of the body will benefit, including the macula. For one thing, make sure you're eating your vegetables, and especially the reds and the blues and the greens and the purples, the various colors. Not only are they important for protecting us from the sun, or I should say not only important for protecting the eyes from the sun, they also protect the skin from the sun. So these kinds of pigments are great for folks who are worried about sunburning or photo damage, wrinkles, hyperpigmentation, dark spots, in addition helping protect the eyes. The minerals zinc and selenium and magnesium are anti-degeneration substances, and so are vitamins A and C and E. And one of the most important strategies for building tissue and for building bones and the digestive system and the joints and the eyes is the glucogel caps. The glucogel caps provide the building blocks for one of the most important molecules in the body and in the eyes, something called hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid in the eyes is important for helping the eyes maintain their moisture, and hyaluronic acid is also important for skin health and for joint health and for bone health. Hyaluronic acid is made from precursors that you'll get in the glucogel caps. The glucogel caps provide the building blocks for hyaluronic acid. That means by using your glucogel caps, not only will you be protecting your joints, not only will you be able to reverse, eliminate, prevent the formation of arthritis and inflammatory joint diseases, but you'll also be protecting your eyes, you'll also be protecting your skin, and you'll also be building your bones. You can use your bone soup, by the way, chicken soup made with the bones, to get hyaluronic acid in addition to using your glucogel caps. Seaweeds are also very important. The fucoid Z, the Z radical, these are classic examples of products that exploit the healing powers of seaweed. Seaweed contains elements that help absorb water, just like hyaluronic acid. Fucoidin, for example, is a long chain of repeating sugars that suck up trapped water, and the ability of fucoidin to trap water can be exploited or leveraged when you use it as a supplement for eye health. Seaweed comes in the middle of the ocean and has an ability to trap water in combination with solar energy, and it makes it super, super electrically active. Fucoidin, the Z radical, the fucoid Z, amazing, absolutely amazing, multifunctional nutritional supplement that helps thin the blood, that supports the immune system, and helps build tissue as well. Selenium is another mineral that's important for eye health. Selenium activates something called glutathione. Some of you guys have heard of glutathione. Glutathione has been known about since the late 1800s. It's one of the most abundant chemicals in the body. It's found in all the cells in the body, and it's especially important for eye health. In fact, probably the highest concentrations of glutathione in the body, among the highest concentrations of glutathione in the body, are found in the eye. Selenium from your Ultimate Selenium activates glutathione, and again, you get multiple benefits because glutathione is not only important for eye health, it's also nature's and the human body's most important cancer fighter. All of this is to say, folks, there isn't a prescription drug on planet Earth that can do the same things that a good nutritional supplement program can do with zero, zippo, nada toxicity, and of course, no interacting with the medical model required. If you've got questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs or the longevity products, we want to hear from you. If you've got a success story you want to share or if you want to contribute to the conversation, 831-685-1080, 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, 888-379-2552, 888-379-2552, toll free. Got lines open for you. We want to hear from you. I'm Pharmacist Ben, sitting in for Dr. Wallach today. We'll be back right after this.
When those aches and pains in your knees, elbows, hands, shoulders, and back crop up, reach for Youngevity's CM Cream. Put CM Cream on a Q-tip and put it in your ear canal for relief from headaches and sinus pressure. A topical temporary relief from minor aches and pains of muscles and joints associated with arthritis, strains, sprains, and simple backaches. Why take aspirin or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs that can cause stomach bleeding and liver damage? Just apply CM Cream liberally to the affected areas, and within 20 minutes or so, you'll have relief from those nagging minor aches and pains. You'll feel better for up to 4 to 5 hours. So the next time you have achy joints or muscles, do what I do. Reach for CM Cream for relief. And for systemic relief, reach for CM Plus capsules. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Numerous studies have shown the link between the intake of antioxidants and disease prevention. Foods and supplements are measured in an ORAC scale. ORAC is an acronym for Oxygen Radical Absorption Capacity. In other words, the ability to remove disease-causing free radicals from the human body. Youngevity's Cell Shield RTQ has an ORAC value of 15,800 points per serving. Cell Shield RTQ contains resveratrol, known as an anti-aging compound, turmeric, known for promoting healthy digestion, brain function, immune system, and cellular longevity. Quercetin, a flavonoid, is known for promoting healthy blood sugar metabolism and healthy lung and cardiovascular function. Remove free radicals from your body with Cell Shield RTQ from Youngevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
When you perspire, working or playing, your body is losing more than just water. That's why it tastes salty. But what you're sweating out is more than just salt and potassium, as some sports drinks will have you believe. One of the most well-known sports drinks only has 2 nutrients, and it's loaded with sugar. Some have a mineral or 2 with a couple of vitamins. Youngevity's exceptional sports drink, Rebound FX, is chock full of cancer-fighting antioxidants, a full spectrum of vitamins, plant-derived minerals, and herbs. Rebound FX is a highly absorbable liquid supplement that gives you quick, sustained energy. Rebound FX supports cardiovascular health, immune health, and boosts stamina and energy. Don't short yourself during and after your workout with just a couple of nutrients. Drink Youngevity's Rebound FX for optimal health. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Through his research as a veterinarian, Dr. Joel Wallach discovered that most health problems afflicting livestock can be prevented and even reversed. Many of these same health challenges also occur in humans. These too can be prevented and reversed. Doc's original formula, called the pig arthritis formula, alleviated all arthritis symptoms in animals. The same basic formula has been developed for humans, called the Pig Pack, which includes plant-derived minerals, a multiple vitamin complex, glucogel, and EFAs. Add to that Youngevity's OsteoFX Plus, a proprietary blend of liquid calcium, magnesium, and glucosamine. Now you have the Pig Pack Plus to make up the 90 essential nutrients Dr. Wallach has identified as necessary for sustained good health and longevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
What is up, Doug?
Well, I've got another story here on the risks of sitting a lot and health challenges that it increases your risk of. But before we get into that, I'd like to continue the macular degeneration topic. As listeners to this show have probably heard Doc talk about it, but for those who haven't heard, Dr. Wallach actually has a CD called Seeing is Believing. And what prompted that CD was at one of Doc's lectures about 10 years ago. He had a eye doctor jump up and say, "You're a liar, you can't reverse the symptoms of macular degeneration." And so Doc challenged him and said, "Hey, give me 10 patients that have been declared legally blind and give me 90 days with them." And the result was the guy brought him 26 charts, and all 26 people got back to 20/20 vision, were able to read and go back to driving. There were only 2 out of the 26 did have to require glasses in order to have 20/20 vision. But the CD is actually voiced by that doctor as an apology to Dr. Wallach.
That's a great
because
story.
he was like all doctors; he'd been taught the wrong thing and didn't realize that many of these chronic, inflammatory diseases can be reversed because you're just lacking the right nutrients for your body to do the right thing.
Right. How many people with macular degeneration end up going blind because they don't have this kind of information?
Yeah, it's really kind of sad. But on this Fox News story headlined, "Too much sitting linked to women's cancer risk." They say sitting for a long time is linked to a variety of diseases, including increased risk of type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. A new study has found that sitting can be harmful to women by raising the risk of developing several types of cancer. So women who sit more than 6 hours, which I would say that's probably a pretty good chunk of women, especially if they're in the working world, sitting in front of a computer all day, they're at a higher risk of developing breast, ovarian, and the blood cancer, multiple myeloma. And I say women who sat less than, this was compared to women who sat less than 3 hours a day. In addition to raising the risk of specific cancers, the study also showed that the longer leisure time spent sitting was associated with a higher risk of total cancer risk in women. Women who sat for more than 6 hours a day had a 10% increase in their risk of developing cancer. This was all published in the journal Cancer Epidemiology, Biomarkers, and Preventing. And researchers looked at 70,000 men, 77,000 women who participated in a long-running study that's called the American Cancer Society Cancer Prevention Study 2 Nutrition Survey. And over 17 years, between 92 and 09, more than 12,000 women and 18,000 men in the study were diagnosed with cancer. Researchers controlled for multiple factors, including BMI and physical activity levels. Men did not appear to have an increased risk of cancer for sitting too much. But among men who were obese, however, sitting for long periods of time were associated with an 11% increased risk of developing cancer. This was led by Alpha Patel, an epidemiologist with the American Cancer Society. So there you go.
We underestimate the importance of moving our bodies around. In the old days, you ever hear people talking about how their grandparents used to smoke or eat lots of lard or bacon and they never had any problems with heart disease and they lived to be the ripe old age of 90 or 95? You ever hear those stories? People say, well, you don't have to.
No, that was the case with my grandparents, but But they were not sedentary. They were farmers.
Exactly.
And my grandfather, if he was sitting, he was on a tractor,
Exactly. Your body has a waste control system, a sewage system, and that sewage system depends on us. It depends on movement. It depends on muscle contractions. It depends even just on breathing in order to pump that sewage out of the body. It's called the lymphatic system. So many people have heard of that. The lymph is your body's sewage clean-out system. And without movement, the lymphatic system gets clogged, it gets congested, and behind much disease, you'll find clogged and congested lymphatics. So moving your body around is so darn important. Using a good nutritional supplement program is so darn important. Correcting digestive health issues, getting off gluten, making sure you're breathing correctly. Do you hear a doctor involved anywhere in this thing? Anywhere in these steps?
Nope.
Do these require any intervention with the medical model? No. These are all things we can do ourselves. There's no reason why anybody has to have a chronic long-term degenerative disease. If you're dealing with a health issue, give us a call. Let us show you how easy it is to get yourself on a good nutritional supplement program and begin the healing process today. Our number is 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552 toll-free. I'm Pharmacist Ben along with Doug Winfrey. Sitting in for Dr. Wallach today. We'll take a break and come back with more good health information right after this. Douglas from U.S. Pharmacist. Weekly news update. Check this out. SSRIs in early pregnancy increase birth defect risks. Can you imagine that?
I saw a story on that, yeah.
How could that possibly be that taking a prescription drug when you're pregnant will increase birth control risks in your baby?
Why is it because in the article that I read, they said that it was fairly common for women to get depressed during pregnancy. But why would that be?
Estrogen.
Is it just all the hormonal changes?
Yeah,
or
hormonal changes. Estrogen
nutritional
is
deficiencies because the baby's sucking up all the nutrients?
Absolutely, could be both of those. It's a big burden on the body, and stress hormones increase when you're specifically estrogen increases when you're building a baby. Your point is well taken also that the baby is depriving the mom of nutrients if the mom is malnourished to begin with, and now the baby's getting the B vitamins and the baby's getting the zinc and the baby's getting the essential fatty acids. Obviously, mom's going to have a higher risk for all kinds of health problems, including depression. And then estrogen is a stress hormone. A lot of folks think of estrogen as a feminizing hormone, but as it turns out, estrogen is actually a hormone of stress. It's a hormone of inflammation. It's a hormone that's secreted when the body is under burden, such as having a baby. And elevated estrogens can also be associated with depression, anxiety, emotional disorder. So one of the major things you could do, in fact, maybe the most important thing you could do, not just for your baby, but also for yourself if you're pregnant, is make sure you're using your ultimate EFAs. Babies from moms who are supplementing with their ultimate EFAs are smarter. They have better hand-eye coordination, and they have better vision. So your ultimate essential fatty acids, your omega-3 fatty acids will help your baby, help the baby's brain and central nervous system and eyes develop, and they'll also help you because your ultimate essential fatty acids don't just build a better, stronger, smarter baby, but they also are important for mom's brain and mom's bones and mom's emotions and mom's skin as well. So lots you could do with good nutrition, and there's especially lots you can do if you're dealing with if you're building a baby, if you're pregnant, or if you want to get pregnant using good nutrition as well. Our number today, 831-685-1080, 831-685-1080, or 888-379-2552, 888-379-2552. What do you say we hit the phones, Douglas? Take our first call.
All right. Let's head to Washington State. And Melissa, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Melissa.
Hi, Pharmacist Ben. How are you?
I am good. What's going on? How can we help you today?
So I have a couple of questions here.
Sure.
My first one is the protocol that you would offer to someone that is dealing with chiari malformations type 1.
Chiari malformation type 1. Okay, and what's the second one? What's your second question?
And the other one is another friend that's dealing with polycythemia.
Oh my gosh, you're coming up with all the medical mumbo jumbo tongue twisters today. All right, so you want to talk about polycythemia first, or you want to talk about chiari? Let's talk about polycythemia. So polycythemia is an excessive amount of blood cells, right? You probably know this. Yeah. So for the listeners, excessive amount of blood cells, polycythemia, many cells. The question becomes, why would the body make so many blood cells? Well, if you go to the doctor, their solution is to take out the blood cells, and obviously that can be helpful in the short term, but why is the problem occurring in the first place? What would cause the bone marrow and the body to crank out all those blood cells. Well, we'll tell you about that when we come back from our break, and then we'll tell you how you deal with it, and then we'll talk a little chiari malformation when we come back as well. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program. We'll take a break and come back with you and your phone calls right after this. Don't go away. Melissa, you there?
I'm here.
Okay, so for polycythemia, which is a red blood cell issue, there's an increase in red blood cells. The standard medical strategy is to yank out the red blood cells. But the real question to ask is, why is the body making red blood cells? Well, or making excessive amounts of red blood cells. Well, it turns out that red blood cells are involved in carrying oxygen around, so chances are pretty darn good that your body feels like it needs more oxygen. And so it makes excessive amounts of red blood cells. So what you want to do is you want to, number one, start looking for inflammation. And usually that means a digestive health issue. And this is a very important strategy when it comes to dealing with health challenges. You want to look for multiple symptoms so you can put a picture together of what's happening in the body. Does that make sense, Melissa? You want to put together a whole general picture of what's occurring. Usually, nobody just has polycythemia. You don't wake up in the morning from a healthy condition and all of a sudden have your body making too many red blood cells. It's usually long-term and progressive. Usually involves digestive health. Sometimes there's blood sugar issues, and usually there's some kind of burden on the body. So get your friend on the Mighty 90 Essential Nutrients, STAT, that means immediately, and then start working on digestive health, the Fucoid Z. 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night. The Biolumin Nightly Essence, my favorite, or one of my favorite longevity products. You want to start doing 3 capsules, at least 3 capsules a day, but ideally 6 capsules a day, 3 in the morning and 3 at night. Digestive enzymes, the ultimate enzymes after all meals, with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Stay off of gluten and other foods or other food components that may create a problem. If he does notice he has digestive health issues, get to the bottom of those, no pun intended, and try to figure out what's going on in the digestive system. As far as your other friend or your other client with the malformation, chiari malformation type 1 refers to the fact, by the way, that it's an adult or not an infant. It's not a congenital issue. Chiari malformation is a brain condition. Again, it involves inflammation. This is usually almost every single health challenge that you can think of. Degenerative, chronic, long-term health challenge has an inflammatory component. Inflammation means defense. Defense means something's getting into the system. There are cysts that are involved with chiari malformations, and fluids don't move around through the brain as well as they should. So you want to look again at anything that's getting into the body that's activating this inflammatory response. Use the entire Mighty 90 Essential Nutrients. Throw in the ultimate selenium as well. You might want to toss in some of that immortalium, which has got some really neat brain health nutrients in there, and of course your ultimate EFAs and your Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the Healthy Start Pack. So the whole Mighty 90 Essential Nutrients, work on the digestive system. This is for both the polycythemia client and your chiari malformation client. Work on the digestive system using the Biolumin Nightly Essence and food strategies, food elimination, laying off of gluten, and then for your chiari malformation patient or client, you might want to also toss in the ultimate selenium, and then for both clients, I would actually throw in the Fucoid Z or the Z Radical. I like the Fucoid Z a little bit better. Thanks for your call, Melissa. Hope we helped you out. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, 888-379-2552 toll free. Who's next on the line, Doug?
All right, let's head to Texas. And Cherie, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Cherie.
Hi.
What's up?
Thank you for taking my call.
Sure, what's going
my
on?
My daughter was diagnosed with MS in 2010.
Okay.
She has a lot of heaviness in her legs, numbness, her balance is off, she has brain fog, and she had amalgams, and we had those removed.
Did it make a difference? Did that help?
No, it didn't. You know, she was she's in a wheelchair now. It didn't help. I guess we didn't take anything to remove the toxins and heavy metal from her body. I don't, we just really coming into that knowledge of it. And
well, there's lots you could do. There's lots you could do for multiple sclerosis, which is an autoimmune disease that affects the nerves. Multiple means many. Sclerosis means a hardening. Multiple sclerosis patients have lots of fibrous and hardening, typically in the myelin, the covering of the nerves, and that affects nerve conduction. And it's really a horrible health issue. Hang tight. We'll get to you when we come back from a break. I'll tell you how you deal with MS If you're on hold, we'll get to you as well. We're talking to Sherry about multiple sclerosis, MS, and autoimmune disease. Sherry, you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, this is how you deal with all autoimmune diseases. The operative phrase and the operative word in the phrase autoimmune is immune. Immune means defense. Defense means something's getting into the body that shouldn't be, and it also means something is not getting into the body that should. So the first thing you want to do is focus on food and the integrity of the digestive system. Even something as simple as fasting will make MS symptoms start to ameliorate, start to go down, start to shrink, start to become reduced. Even just fasting. Now, obviously, you have to eat again, but once you start controlling the amount of food and the type of food you eat, you're going to notice a significant difference. There's a relationship between gluten and other substances that are found in foods and multiple sclerosis. You might want to do a food diary or have your daughter do a food diary and see if she can notice when her MS symptoms flare up, and then link those up to problem foods. The connection between food and autoimmunity is the main way you want to deal with all autoimmune health issues. Then, of course, you're going to strengthen the digestive system. That means the Biolumin Nightly Essence, 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night. The Fucoid Z, 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night. The Ultimate Enzymes after all your meals. Swig them down, or take them down with a little swig of apple cider vinegar. And then if you want to throw in one more thing for the digestive tract, the Glucogel caps, which, yes, I know they're really marketed as an arthritis treatment, but they also help strengthen the gut if you're dealing with something like leaky gut syndrome or intestinal permeability issues, which are often associated with autoimmunity. Then you want to start working with nutrition. The Mighty 90 essential nutrients, of course, are important. Have your daughter sipping on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, not to drink it all at once, because chances are pretty good that she's got a digestive condition. She may not be able to absorb all the good nutrients in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. And then 3 capsules 3 times a day on the Ultimate EFAs, and then 1 or 2 capsules of the Beyond OsteoFX. And then last but most certainly not least, the Ultimate Selenium is very important for helping the body protect itself against all assaults, immune system assaults, especially be doing 400 to 600 micrograms a day. That's 4 to 6 capsules of the Ultimate Selenium a day. So between food, the digestive system, the Healthy Start Pack, and your Ultimate Selenium, and then the Glucogel caps and the Fucoid Z and the Ultimate Enzymes and the Biolumin Nightly Essence, you should notice some pretty darn good results, and it won't take very long, especially if you start focusing on the food. Thanks so much for your call, Sherry. Hope we helped. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, 888-379-2552, toll free. Who's next, Douglas?
Well, let's stay right there in Texas and head over to Magdalena. You're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Magdalena.
Hi, this is
Yes.
Magdalena, and I'm calling to ask a question about my son.
Sure.
He's 15 months old, and when he was born, my sister noticed he had a little white dot on his pupil. So we took him to the doctor, and he told us that it's cataracts what he has.
Cataracts on the baby?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You want some help with that?
Yes, please.
Is that the only health? How old's your baby now?
He's 15 months old now.
And have you noticed any issues, any other health issues with the baby?
No, I mean, it has stayed the same size. He said that if it gets bigger, it could, cover his sight. He won't be able to see.
All right, now, yeah, juvenile or infant cataracts are somewhat uncommon, but they do occur. Are you breastfeeding, or were you breastfeeding?
I was for, I think, 6 months.
And how is he doing with the breast milk? Did he have any rashes or digestive issues or loose stools or anything like that, itching?
He was fine.
He was perfectly fine? No, there's no other health issues that you see aside from the cataracts?
No.
And how is his vision now?
I mean, it's pretty good.
Well, what do you mean pretty good? I mean, is there something wrong?
He's a baby. He sees everything.
Does he ever reach out for things and he can't grab them or anything that makes you think that he may be having a vision problem?
No vision problems, because the dot is pretty small.
And the white dots and the dot hasn't gotten any bigger.
No.
Okay, good. So here you just want to do the same things that anybody else has to do. There's no one single thing that you're going to be doing for the baby. Now, how much does he weigh?
He weighs about 25 pounds.
25 pounds. Can you give him a small amount? He's doing solid food?
Yes.
Yeah, give him a small amount of the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, very small amounts, maybe a quarter teaspoonful in some water. And then you might want to squeeze in a little bit of those Ultimate EFA caps. You put a little pin in the Ultimate Essential Fatty Acid caps. The Ultimate EFAs are extremely, extremely helpful for children, for infants, for babies, for the eyes. So I'd be making sure that he's getting his essential fats. Now, under normal circumstances, your breast milk will get him the fats, but if he's not breastfeeding, then it's going to be difficult for him to get the EFAs that he needs. So you're going to want to stick a little pin in your ultimate EFAs and then squeeze that into something that he's eating, maybe some applesauce or whatever you're feeding him. So he gets the benefit of the omega-3 fatty acids, and then a tiny little bit, maybe a quarter teaspoonful a day or so of the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. You certainly want to keep him away from any sweets or sugary foods. Those will slow down the healing process, increase inflammation, make it much more difficult for him to build tissue. So bread and pasta and sweet kind of puddings and all the kind of standard foods that babies eat, those are things that you want to stay away from. And I would stay far, far away, not just for you, by the way, anybody who's listening who's got a kid, who's got an infant, I would stay far away from apple juice, pear juice, prune juice. These are just big jolts of sugar for the kid, and they will definitely slow down the healing process and increase inflammation, make it much more difficult for him to build healthy tissue, including building healthy eyes. So fats, his essential fatty acids, Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and watch out for sugar and sweets. And if he does have a reaction to any kind of foods, including gluten, those are foods that you want to stay away from. And if you want to do one more thing, maybe throw in some of the root beer belly to get his probiotics to implant bacteria in his gut, so his probiotic, or his world of probiotics, as they say, the microbiome in the intestine builds up and repopulates and gets nice and strong and healthy. Hope we helped. Thanks so much for your call. Appreciate it. And let's see if we can get one more call in before I break, Doug.
All right, let's head to Florida. And Alita, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Alita.
Yeah, I'm talking about my daughter Alexis. She almost finished with what did you give to her last time, and now what she has to continue with.
I'm sorry, I don't think I talked to you. I think you're maybe referring to Doc. Give me a little synopsis of what's going on.
She has rheumatoid arthritis,
okay,
and she has autoimmune enteropathy.
Okay. How old is she?
She's almost 18.
Okay, and she still has the rheumatoid? She's getting better?
No, she's not getting better. She has a pain in her wrist, her arm, her knees.
Okay, got it. Did you hear me talking about multiple sclerosis with Cherie earlier? Multiple sclerosis is rheumatoid arthritis. Yes. It's the same thing. Multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune disease of the nerves. It's when the body attacks the nerves. And rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune disease of the joints. It's when the body attacks the joints. So rheumatoid arthritis is multiple sclerosis of the joints, and multiple sclerosis is rheumatoid arthritis of the nerves. They're the same disease, but they affect different parts of the body. What happens when you have an autoimmune disease is the immune system is jumpy. It's hypersensitive. It attacks the joints, or it attacks the nerves instead of attacking the enemy, or in addition to attacking the enemy. So the strategy for dealing with autoimmune diseases is twofold. Number one, you have to calm the immune system down. Calm it down, just like a baby. When you have an autoimmune disease, it's like you have a baby that's crying, except your baby in this case is your body, or in the case of your daughter, it's the joints. The joints are like a baby that's crying. So you got to calm down the immune system, or the immune activity in the joints, and you do that by controlling your foods. The immune system is located in large measure in the digestive tract. So for all intents and purposes, the immune system is synonymous with the digestive system. This is so important, you guys, because 80 million people have autoimmune problems, and there's 100 different ones or more. Between autoimmune diseases, I think there's like 30 million people who have autoimmune diseases, but whatever, there's a lot of people dealing with immune problems, and we're not connecting the bulk of the immune system and the digestive system to the immune symptoms in the joints or in the nerves or in the muscles or wherever they happen to be occurring. So you want to think of autoimmunity as a digestive issue first and foremost. How do you deal with it? Well, there's lots of different ways, so hang tight. Magdalena will tell you when we come back from our break. Okay, we are back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program, talking to Magdalena about rheumatoid arthritis. Magdalena. Oh, Alita. I'm sorry, Alita. Alita, Are you there?
Yes.
Alita. I'm sorry, I got you mixed up with our last caller there. All right, here's the deal, Alita. Multiple rheumatoid arthritis is multiple sclerosis of the joints. It's an autoimmune disease. By the way, do you know that way more women get autoimmune diseases than men? Actually, autoimmunity is much more of a female problem than a male problem. And what that tells you is that the female hormone, or what's called the female hormone, estrogen, is involved. Estrogen and estrogen imbalances start off in the digestive system, and they usually involve good bacteria or the lack of good bacteria. So for all autoimmune diseases, you're going to focus on digestive health first. And that means the Biolumin Nightly Essence, 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night. When I talk about digestive health, the first thing to think about is those good bacteria in the gut. The Biolumin Nightly Essence gets you multiple spectrum of good bacteria, and there's also some enzymes in there as well. It's one of the reasons why I like this product so much. Not only is it probiotics and good bacteria, but you also get your enzymes. So 3 in the morning, 3 at night. You're going to want to watch out for problem foods, especially gluten-containing foods. If she's not gluten-free, she should be. Anybody with an autoimmune disease needs to be gluten-free and needs to be working on their digestive health and eliminating problem foods, the ultimate enzymes after meals. And interestingly, taking the ultimate enzymes between meals can actually have some anti-inflammatory and pain-relieving effects. So in addition to using maybe 2 or 3 or even 4 ultimate enzymes with your meals, you probably would be, or your daughter would probably be wise to maybe do 1 or 2 on an empty stomach as well. Of course, the Healthy Start Pack, that goes without saying. And then I would toss in the Ultimate Selenium, and then also the Fucoid Z, 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night, and then, of course, the Healthy Start Pack. Everybody gets the Healthy Start Pack, no matter what your health challenge is, or even if you don't have a health challenge. The Healthy Start Pack will get you your Mighty 90 essential nutrients, sipping slowly on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. This is why the biggest reason why people have bloating or discomfort from the BTT is when you try to drink too much of it all at once, you get all those nutrients and your body can't handle it. So you want to sip on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine slowly, and I would be using 9 Ultimate EFAs a day, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, 3 at night. Focus on digestive health, get yourself on, or have your daughter get on the Mighty 90 essential nutrients, and then throw in the Ultimate Selenium as well as the Fucoid Z. If you want to do one more thing, the Glucogel caps for helping rebuild tissue, joint tissue, as well as digestive tissue. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it, Alita. And see if we can get 1 or 2 more calls in before we go.
All right, let's head to Kansas. And Stanley, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Stanley.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, speak up, bro. Can't hear you.
Is this a little bit better?
Oh, yeah, much better, much better. What's up, man?
All right, thank you, Ben. Hey, I've been having some back problems. I have a bulging disc in my back, and
Okay.
I'm constantly on the road. I'm in airplanes, driving cars,
Okay.
and lifting heavy things and moving around for
What do you do? What kind of work do you do?
I work for an event management company, so we work a lot of marathons and triathlons. We have to set up the entire event and
Okay.
tear it down after the event.
All right, couple things. Right off the bat, you might want to try the CM cream. That'll help you with a little bit of the pain and the inflammation. You might also want to try the CM capsules. I love that CM cream, man. They get some great results from that. And that's just kind of that'll help with some of the symptomology. Also, some of the pain or the inflammation can be reduced with the ultimate enzymes. That's one of the neat benefits of the ultimate enzymes. Not only are they important and helpful for the digestive system, but they also have anti-inflammatory and anti-pain benefits. Then you want to start rebuilding that cartilage. The Healthy Start Pack is very important. If you have any digestive health issues, you're going to want to correct those. And again, gluten-free and laying off of refined flours and processed fats, which are very pro-inflammatory. Sugar is always the enemy for any inflammation. And by sugar, I'm including cereal and bread and pasta and potatoes and processed foods of all kinds, power bars and that sort of stuff. Not that you necessarily have to have zero tolerance, but the less you eat, the better off you're going to be. Then you want to start working with your digestive health. Same with the autoimmune diseases. Once stuff leaks into the digestive system through what's called a leaky gut, that's when you're off to the inflammatory issue races. Now, you don't necessarily have a disease, but you have an inflammatory problem, and it's going to be difficult for the body to rebuild itself as long as that steady stream of toxicity is getting into the blood through the digestive system. That means the Biolumin Nightly Essence, 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night, the Glucogel caps, and then probably it wouldn't be a bad idea to toss in some of that Fucoid Z. All right, hope we helped you out, but that's all the time we have for today. And if we left you on hold, apologize for that, but we'll be back tomorrow on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I'm Pharmacist Ben for Dr. Wallach, for Doug Winfrey, for all the folks at the ZBS Radio Network. Have yourselves a wonderful, beautiful, spectacular day. We'll talk to y'all later, folks. Bye for now.
Hi everyone, Andy Anderson here. Are you using those handy little bottles of gel that zap germs, bacteria, and other nasties? In today's world, that's smart, especially with all the filthy doorknobs, shopping carts, and handrails we touch every day. Here's what you may not know. Once the alcohol evaporates, goodbye effectiveness. No more protection until you use it again. PureWorks to the rescue. Our FDA-compliant foam, lotion, soap, and spray do not rely on alcohol. Their killing power lasts up to 4 hours. PureWorks disinfecting spray is EPA certified to kill swine flu, bird flu, MRSA, HIV, hepatitis B and C, and a whole host of viruses and bacteria. Mold and fungus too. It's even safe around children and pets. You'll love the soft feel of PureWorks on your hand. It actually conditions and will not dry your skin. Here's a little peace of mind knowing your hands are still germ-free hours later. Get your hands on PureWorks and get PureWorks on your hands. Stand by. Pull out your paper and pencil for your local number to order PureWorks.
Fish has been thought of as a brain food for eons, but it's not the fish that's key. It's actually the essential fatty acids, EFAs, or omega-3s found in fish, called essential because they're necessary for good health and your body can't make them. So they must be consumed through diet or supplementation. Youngevity has developed the perfect supplement in SmartFX, an acronym for Sustained Memory and Retrieval Time, a concentration of DHA and EPA, both members of the omega-3 family, supporting neural path function and cardiovascular health for optimal mental concentration, awareness, focus, and agility. If you've got a mentally demanding career, you're a student crunching for the big test, or just want to maintain health for a sense of well-being, try SmartFX from Youngevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
In recent years, several studies have discovered the healthy benefits of drinking coffee. Youngevity has now taken it a step further with an entire product line of healthy coffees from Youngevity's JavaFit line of top-shelf gourmet coffees. All JavaFit coffees are made from 100% premium, hand-selected Arabica coffee beans grown in the finest regions of Latin America, all carefully roasted, creating a delicious, rich, full-bodied flavor. If you're looking to lose weight, try JavaFit Diet Plus 62, a high-energy, gourmet coffee fortified with a blend of nutrients such as gambosia, citrus, and an extra shot of caffeine to pump up energy and help achieve a healthy weight. Unlike most diet drinks, you won't taste a difference. But for this to work, you can't load your coffee with cream and sugar. Contact your local Youngevity distributor to get Javalution coffees. And don't forget to ask about the home-based business opportunity.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. 3463.
I am Judy DeVilbus. Here I am speaking to you again. I just wanted to tell you that recently I started drinking the Whey Shakes again, the chocolate Whey Shake. And you need to remember, the Whey Shake isn't just for losing weight. It's a fantastic place to get your great protein. And if you're trying to gain weight, you can take it along with your meals. And the best part is, if you want to just have a great protein shake, do like I do. Put it over ice, stir it up, and you can sip on it for 20 minutes to an hour. I do it every single day. I absolutely love it. You need to get back to it too. It's really good for you. And it makes not fat, but it makes muscle after you work out. And you can also mix it up in a blender with an egg, and you have the most incredible health protein shake. Or mix it with a little water, stir it up, and you have a little pudding. And who doesn't like pudding?
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, your host of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. If you're interested in a colon cleanse, blood cleanse, liver cleanse, in the classical herbal way, you want to ask your Youngevity associate for Herbal Rainforest. Herbal Rainforest has 16 herbs, 16 cleansing herbs, classic cleansing herbs, and 77 plant minerals. That's right, and these are all organic. It doesn't get any better than that. In your busy day, and you're around all these toxins out there, in your workplace, on the way home, going to work, in your food, in the air, in the water, you need Herbal Rainforest. I guarantee you, it will give you a cleanse. You can control the dose. It's a liquid. It tastes good. It doesn't get any better than this. A colon that's happy makes you happy. Nothing better than a happy colon. Herbal Rainforest. Clean it out.
For more information on this product or others you've heard about on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, call your local Youngevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Greetings, everyone. Judy DeVilbus here. What do you think of when you hear the words tangy tangerine? Well, I think of like a sweet, tangy tasting something. Well, what I'm referring to is the ultimate tangy tangerine. It's a fantastic product. It has everything you need, and a great benefit is it's very, very delicious. It's very easy to drink. I've suggested it even to youngsters. Even children like it. Even little guys. Even little girls. They come right into my office. Their parents can't get them to take those chewables, and besides that, they're not as good as tangy tangerine. And I give them a little taste of that, and you know something? They're pleased as punch. So, if it's good for a child and it tastes delicious, why not you? There's no excuse not to take a vitamin when it tastes as good as that does. So how about it? Tangy tangerine should be the answer to all of your nutritional program problems.
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities.